Hello, and welcome to the Husky Barbu podcast. Now, finally, finally in video. Turns out, Uncle
trial and
Sam
error.
needs money.
Trial and error.
No, turns out everything runs on money.
Oh, well, the world runs on money. You know that.
So you throw enough money at it, problems get solved. So that old adage of you throw money at the problem kind of works. Kind of works.
Really?
Kind of. Yeah. I mean, there's some truth to it. There's some truth to it. So this is your usual guilty parties, trying to fit the screen.
Yeah, we did a good job, you know?
We kind of do fit the screen and promoting our merch.
That's right.
Yeah. Show them what you got.
We got the old logo, you know?
The old classic logo from a couple of years back.
That's right.
And I'm wearing the company logo right here.
The media logo.
Yeah, the company logo, the whatever, all the endeavor that is associated to us Husky Barbus, and also wearing a cap. All these merch are available at TeePublic. It's like a 35% off right now. All t-shirts are like $16. All t-shirts. So you best get on that deal now as soon as possible, as soon as it's available. I don't know if that's right now, as of recording time, it is available. I don't know if it's going to be available once this thing comes out, because as video now, editing, so it takes a little more time. We don't just push it out there because we just did the audio and just put it out there. Now with video, it's like, yeah, we gotta take a little bit of care, because people are seeing their mugs, and also other stuff, technical stuff that you don't care. So we's alive. We did that with Deadpool review. We pretty much did it beat for beat.
Yeah, it was a nice,
I was going to tell you that, I'll tell you about that later. But still, the movie has now officially crossed the $1 billion mark worldwide. So it's now in a class of its own.
Yeah,
the highest grossing R-rated movie of all time. Of all time now. There's little doubt now. So this just told Disney and Marvel are like, yeah, you were sitting on a gold mine for years. All you had to do was just let this man cook. That's all you had to do. Just let this man cook. And so now Disney is like, man, since 2019, it's been a drought. And I mean, we can't count the Spider-Man movies, because Spider-Man was co-produced by Sony. So it was like a split of 50-50, the income, and Spidey did good. He did good money.
Did it?
Yeah, it did good money. It didn't do Avengers money, but it did good. It did great. But it wasn't all Disney's earnings, because they had to split the earnings with Sony. Because again, Spider-Man is the film rights of Spider-Man are owned by Sony. Marvel just helped co-produce, and that was part of the deal to bring Spider-Man to the MCU. Because I mean, how can you make a cinematic universe without your sacred cow? I mean, they had to turn Iron Man into the sacred cow because they didn't have Spider-Man, and then they sacrificed the sacred cow. Spoilers for like 5 years ago, if you didn't know.
You just ruined the movie.
And then we have the fact that we also talked about that now Robert Downey Jr. is back, but as Dr. Doom. We'll see how they'll make that work. So I don't think he's going to be playing the snarky guy again, quibs here and there, because if you know the comics, Dr. Doom does not do quibs. He's not jokey. He is very much about business, and that's it. He's just like he's MJF. Basically, I'm better than you, and you know it. That's basically him. That's basically he's better than everyone, and he knows it, and you should know it. And he doesn't suffer fools. So that's basically what Doctor Doom is going to be. So I would say be prepared to have a different take on who this man, Doctor Doom is. So don't expect Iron Man just with a green bleach or a green tint. So don't be
Mm-hmm.
expecting that. So it's the same actor, but if judging by his performance that he did in Oppenheimer, which he got a supporting actor, by the way, right? He did get a supporting Oscar. He won an Academy Award as a supporting actor, I think. So and he did practically, basically, he did the bad guy role in that movie. So judging by that alone, that should tell you if the man has chops. But I mean, the to question Robert Downey Jr. if he had chops at all would be like sacrilege, right?
Yeah.
It would be sacrilege. It's like, duh, of course the man has chops. He's Robert Downey Jr. He's one of the greatest actors alive right now, and also Oscar winner. Just to add that into the mantle. I mean, like not enough that he was Iron Man. Like that role, if you had a role like Iron Man, I think that pretty much cements you for life in terms of being an actor, because that's a role of a lifetime. Just as Deadpool is a role of a lifetime, and Wolverine as well, because these are roles that you have to make them in order for you, to make your mark on the world. And Robert Downey Jr. has done that and then some. And then now he gets like a part two, but this time we get a villain. Like he killed it for like 15 years doing a good guy, a conflicted good guy, because Iron Man wasn't, all sunshine and rainbows. He had his flaws, but he did a great job in portraying this character. And now he's gonna get his hands dirty into going one of the most ruthless badasses in Marvel Comics, in Doctor Doom, which I think, like, people say, oh, Thanos is like, well, Thanos. I never saw Thanos as a threat in Marvel, because Thanos was, for me, as an old school comic book nerd, to me, and I apologize for all you Marvel purists out there that are going to listen to this, and this will be fighting words, but this is the truth. Thanos is like a Kirkland brand Dark Side,
Mm.
because Dark Side was made first in the comics. Dark Side was made first, and Dark Side was created by Jack Kirby. So he already had the pedigree as, like, okay, greatest villain of all time in DC, at least, is Dark Side. Dark Side, like, you can't touch Dark Side. That's Dark Side is it. Like that. That's even one of his Dark Side is. That's one of his quotes. Dark Side is. That's it. So, like, Dark Side is him in terms of being bad guys. Now, in Marvel, I've always seen Doctor Doom as being him,
Yeah.
the quintessential bad guy. Like, if you tell me Marvel, the best bad guy of all time is Doctor Doom, and Doctor Doom has fought every single hero in the Marvel universe. He's fought them all. So it's like, oh, he's just a fantastic. No, he's fought in Spider Man, Captain America, even Wolverine, the X Men. He's fought them all, because the man don't discriminate. It's like, you want some, come get some. Like, he don't care. He wants all the smoke. Darkseid wants all the smoke. He wants them all. I mean, sorry, Doctor Doom. I got carried away. I showed my DC colors, which I have always have. Duh, but still. So Doctor Doom, he wants all the smoke. So I'm very excited to waiting what Robert Downey Jr. is going to do for the role. I have a lot of faith. Most people are not happy about it, and I can understand, because Robert Downey Jr. gave, like, what, 15 years, Yeah, 15 years in a role or 16 years in a specific role. Because Iron Man came out what 2008?
Somewhere around there.
Yeah, yeah, 2008. Yeah, because it came the same year as Dark Knight. Both of the movies came out the same year, Dark Knight. So he's been Iron Man since 2008, and gave up the helmet in 2019 with Endgame, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So he gave up the helmet. I will say the cowl, but he had no cowl. But now he will have a cowl. He will have one now. But I understand why people will be feeling some type of way with Robert Downey Jr. because they're used to seeing. That's the thing. Most people do the typecasting on their own. People typecast when they see a certain actor in a certain role. Like for example, Bryan Cranston. You know who Bryan Cranston is?
Yeah, that's the guy from
Breaking Bad.
yes.
Okay, but before that, he was in a series Malcolm in the Middle. He was the dad. So, try to erase in your mind uh, uh, Heisenberg and Breaking Bad and all that. And you look at Bryan Cranston until that point before Breaking Bad, you only saw Malcolm's dad. Quirky, a guy that doesn't have everything together. He breaks apart like mush immediately. And then he does this other role that is a 180, complete different personality from Malcolm. And you're like, oh, but I can't see it. But now you can see that this dude can do evil to the best of his ability. And that's it. That is exquisite acting. Like you get an actor that can do both. So, if you've seen Oppenheimer, Robert Downey Jr. can do it. He can go. He can go to the darkness. He can be that guy. So, yeah, that's my take on that. Also, Disney this weekend did the D23 summit where they showed all their upcoming scheduled movies and TV series and whatnot. We found out we're gonna get Incredibles 3. We're gonna get Toy Story 5 for some reason because didn't Woody, spoilers, stayed behind with Bo Peep, whereas Buzz and the other toys stay with the little kid. So
Yeah, I
what
know what Toy
happened
Story is.
there? Okay, so no, but I'm just saying. Okay, we're also getting a live action Lilo and Stitch.
We're also getting
Oh, Snow White and the Sewing Dwarfs.
we're
Yeah,
getting
that's happening.
Daredevil,
Oh
another
yeah,
show.
Daredevil Born Again confirmed.
Yep.
Punisher's in it. Also confirmed Daredevil is going to have at least 5 suits in the series.
That's all.
At least 5 suits. So eat your heart out, Bruce Wayne. How does a lawyer from Hell's Kitchen taking pro bono cases has enough money in the budget to make 5 different suits?
Who cares?
Well, I guess we're going to have to see the series to find out. I mean, we've already seen 2 of them. The traditional red suit that he wore in the OG series and Netflix, which by the way is canon now.
It's
It is
canon.
canon. The 3 seasons and the Daredevil series that we had, those 3 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Was it 3 seasons? Yes, I think it was.
I
Yes,
think it
there were
was.
three
Yeah.
seasons. Those 3 seasons we had of Daredevil and Netflix are canon, so they're part of the MCU.
Yeah.
That's part of the MCU. So Punisher's canon. That's why he's back. Karen Page is back, and everybody's back. Nurse and Murdoch and Page are all back.
Yeah. The original crew.
The original crew is everybody's back. So everything is right in the world on that end. We will not talk about Iron Fist. That does not
Yeah.
exist. I do want to. I do want to see Luke Cage.
No.
Luke Cage was good. I like Luke Cage, and also man, what was this? What was the name? Luke Cage's chick.
Jessica Jones.
Jessica Jones. There you go. There you go. That was also good. I like that series as well because she's antisocial, like me.
You just gotta break your shell.
Oh yeah, she breaks his shells, all right.
I'm talking about you.
No, just imagine her powers on me. Oh Jesus!
Mm.
Oh Jesus!
Mm-mm.
Oh no no no! We don't want to go there. A lot of broken bones. A lot of broken bones. Let's just say that. So yeah, we got a lot of entertainment. Disney was like, hold my beer, because after sucking for like the last 5 years, they're like, throw everything in the wall and see what sticks.
A lot of
They
everything
went
was,
Kylo Ren like more, more.
but
They went
everything
full
hasn't
Kylo
been
Ren.
that great.
Man, like it's been more misses than hits in Disney. Like every time, like for example, they 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 threw you X-Men 23, which apparently all fans were like, yes, thank you Jesus. Then came out the accolade for Star Wars, and people were like, I'd rather bleach my eyes.
Damn.
That's putting it lightly. I'd rather live stream bleaching my eye than the thought of watching this thing. And we're not going to go into the details because if you know, you know. Yeah, yeah, you make your own choice. That free will and all that stuff. So what else you have?
Well, you want to go?
How are our
Do we?
Yankees doing?
No, they just won. As we're
Praise
speaking, they
Jesus.
just won.
Praise the Lord.
You,
Hallelujah.
yeah,
Hallelujah.
I was supposed to go to the
Hallelujah.
game.
Hallelujah. And amen. Amen.
So I was supposed to go to the game on Friday.
Oh yeah, you mentioned something like that
Now
in our
let
private
me
conversations that not make the
let
air.
me explain to you what's going on here.
Okay.
So the weather's been a punk lately. It's raining every single day, except for today was
Oh
like the
yeah,
first time in 5 days it didn't rain.
this whole week was like the weather decided. I've been holding it in for 8 years. Let me
Just
just
let me poo poo on you, you
let
know.
go. It's like oh.
So I'm like, okay. So so the game is on Friday,
Mm-hmm.
and I get a thing around like 1 o'clock. No, I'm sorry, noon.
Mm-hmm.
That the game has been canceled. I'm like, okay, let's see what they do for tomorrow. So about an hour later, I get an email from the Yankees because I bought tickets through Master. You could put
Mm-hmm.
the word in front of it because if we were doing a roasting right now, I'll kill them right now. So
Go ahead. just like just, just like Deadpool did to Johnny Storm. Like, go ahead, Johnny.
so long story short,
Go ahead, Johnny. We're
so I got an email
listening.
from the Yankees saying that
Look, there goes the Jack Nicholson kid.
that tomorrow's game will be a double header, and that it would be one single emission double header. So basically, what that means is that whoever had tickets for Saturday's game is getting two games.
Interesting.
So usually they don't do that. Usually, but since they were playing the game so close together, they didn't want to empty the stadium and then refill it again.
So they cut their losses and be like, you know what? It looks good in camera.
Yeah. So what happens is that I'm contacting these people and letting them know I'll, because I want to get ahead of it and be like, I want to. So the email basically says is if you have a ticket for Friday night's game, it is not valid for Saturday's doubleheader. So
Okay.
what does that mean to you? That my ticket is not valid for tomorrow's game.
Mm-hmm.
So I contact these people and I wanted to get ahead of it because
Or
I was,
clarification.
yeah. Well, with that game, they were giving out a Juan Soto figurine.
Hmm.
And as you know, my nephew loves Juan Soto.
Yeah, he who cursed our game last time. Hey, he ate the bullet. He said it. He said, like, I
Yeah.
did it again. I
Yeah.
did it
But
again.
forget about that. So,
Just throwing a little dig there.
so fast forwarding, I want to. So they're saying that those figurines are going to be given out on August 23rd, Friday game.
Okay.
So me in my head, I'm like, okay, I want to exchange my tickets for that game
Mm-hmm.
because they're giving it out that game. They're telling me that on their end, they're saying that my tickets are still valid for tomorrow's game. I'm like, but the New York Yankees are telling me no. And they're going,
Okay,
well,
so
the information we got on my
who's
end
right?
is that
The
it is.
organization that owns the team or the ticket seller?
Exactly.
So
I'm
you're
like,
in a pickle.
yeah. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, what am I supposed to do now? Because it's like I need, I need to exchange my tickets. So they're going,
Right,
well,
you
the
are.
information that we have now coming from the people above are telling me that your tickets are still valid. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, but the New York Yankees email, here's what
Mm-hmm.
they told me, has has
So
told that they're telling me that the opposite of what you're telling me.
so is the pen red or blue? Can't be both.
Exactly. So I'm just sitting there, I'm like, okay, so what am I supposed to do now? They're like, well, just wait for an email from us and we'll let you know. So I went
So
to
they
sleep that night.
they went to clear it up with the Yankees.
Yeah, I if it wasn't for me, they wouldn't know what the heck to do because it's like they didn't know what to do.
Yeah, you would have had an egg in your face if you just went to the
Yeah.
stadium and then a
And
whole
I was telling
hoopla
them, I
would
was
have
like,
happened.
so if I go to the stadium and pay $50 for parking and they're telling me I can't get in, are you going to refund me my parking? Well, sir, the
Doubtful.
information we're getting from above is I'm like, I'm not asking you that. You're telling me to
I mean,
go.
you already done told them that the Yankees,
Yeah.
the
I literally
owner of
took the email and put it into the chat.
the team itself, for who they provide that service for the ticket sales, the masters, the people who they call master,
Yeah,
the interested party here, told you directly that no, it's a no go.
pretty
They
much.
told you it's a no go. So clear up your BS with the appropriate parties and then get back to me.
So the lady that I was talking to on the phone told me, "Well, call the stadium and see what they tell you to do."
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I call the stadium and it's basically rerouting me to you because you are the sellers for MLB tickets.
Oh, they're giving you the
The
runaround.
only number you can get is if you want a suite or you want season tickets to talk to someone at the Yankee Stadium.
Oh my god. So they
Individual
get
tickets are coming. from you.
My God.
So I hung up and I got another person. This person was more helpful. He goes, I just went to the people that deal with this and they're going to reach back out to the Yankees. Please look out for your email.
That makes more sense.
Yeah. So he says, if you don't hear anything by email by tonight, call tomorrow. Reach back out to us
That's
tomorrow
fair
morning.
enough. Fair enough.
So I reached out back in the morning because I didn't get an email. Still haven't gotten an email, by the way. So I'm going to have to literally call them. And they explained to me that your game was postponed and we're waiting for them to reschedule the game. And
Okay.
I'm sitting there, I'm like, but they're not rescheduling the game. They're basically telling you on the website that you sent me, if you read it yourself, that to either exchange or get a refund for the tickets. I just want to exchange
Okay.
for it. Well, we didn't get that information, sir. So there's nothing we can do. But and I was like, okay, so all I want to get from you is that my tickets from yesterday is not valid for today's game. She goes, you're correct. Your tickets are not valid. I said, that's it. That's
Thank
all I ever
you.
wanted.
Thank you. Just a confirmation.
That's all I ever
It's
wanted.
like you did not ask for like, well, can we do something about that? I just wanted to confirm if it's a go or not, so I plan accordingly.
That's all
That's
I ever
all.
wanted.
Exactly. Yeah, you don't have to BS me. Just tell me straight up, yes, or tell me straight up, no. That's it. Well, you got to beat around the bush. So basically, you had 2 days of calling customer service
Mm-hmm.
just for getting a result that they could have told you just on day one.
Well, they're claiming that they didn't have that information on day one.
Okay,
So
we'll go with that.
I'm like,
But
but how
damn,
didn't you?
but damn,
And I'm like, I'm still waiting for this email by you guys telling me that
that's pitiful. That's
that
pitiful.
I'm still good. So I'm like,
That's
I'm sitting
pitiful.
there, I'm just like, I don't know what to do at this point.
Well, now you do. It's not valid, so
Yeah, but still, it's like, what am I supposed to do? Like,
buy a new ticket.
I it's like I'm gonna have to call him again and be like,
Buy new
well,
tickets
hello.
because these are non and void now.
It's like, hello. Can you figure out what I can do with my tickets? Because I really want to go to that 23rd game so I can get my figure, my statue.
And they'll be like, "Cool, here's the website where you can buy it,
Here's
and
eBay.
have a
You
nice
can
day."
you can go on eBay and you can just buy it.
Yeah. Is there anything else?
Sad.
Well, thank you for calling and have a nice day. Bye. Click.
That is sad. But yeah, so that's what
Woo.
I've been going through.
That's nice. I don't mean it that's nice, but yeah.
No, yeah, I understand what you mean.
Anyways, there are bigger fishes to fry in this world, but yeah, it's nice to know that human ineptity is still up and running.
Yeah,
It's still flourishing and
if you say
doing
so.
its thing. I thought that thing, I was like, when I get to the States, that's some stuff that only happens in DR. But when I get to the States, that's gonna stop
It
because
was like,
people
hold my
are on
beer.
top of their business.
Hold
People
my
know what
beer.
they're doing. People know what they're doing. They know what's good and all that. And you just now
Fake it till you
laugh.
make it.
And you just laugh because you're like, yeah, right.
Fake it till you make it.
Because it's just the unbelievable level of stupidity that you see now. It's like, as I was telling someone this morning, it's like, I remember 20 something years ago when I was getting a training in a new job here. When I came back here the first time 20 years ago, I remember that one of the phrases that the job training kept saying: "Use common sense. Use common
What's
sense."
that?
And I'm like, that word does not exist anymore because nobody knows what common sense is. Because common sense went about the Passion of the Christ route and got the bejesus beaten. Like, if you sing Passion of the Christ and you know that there's a scene where they flagellate the dude, just whipping him and ripping shards of flesh out of him and shown in all technicolor in all its glory, to the point that you get to see his exposed rib cage. Sorry for
Mm,
the visual.
are you really?
And you'd be like, damn. Well, that's exactly what happened to Common Sense. And then we had the other stuff, crucifying, spending like 8 hours on top of a cross with all those open sores exposed.
Mm.
Just lovely, just lovely. So yeah, that's what happened to Common Sense. It got crucified. It got whipped, beaten, and then crucified. Yeah, that's what happened. Common Sense. So that, beautiful things. Any other sports stuff that you really talked about? Because that wasn't even really sport. It was more like a complaint.
Now,
Well, we did a sports thing because the Yankees won.
I don't
So
know how much Olympic stuff you watched,
not much. I know that LeBron
but
and his crew
that
won.
basketball game, that gold medal match last night,
It was a nail
it
biter.
just confirms that Stephen Curry
Carried that team.
is the best shooter
He's been the
the
best shooter in
game
the
ever
league.
seen. If
He's
I wish I can show you the picture that they took of his shot over, I don't know how to pronounce his name, Wembanyama. He's was the Spurs number one
the
pick
the
last year. The dude's
oh
like
the
7'5".
yeah, yeah, yeah.
His wingspan is like he can just
Like,
touch the net.
wait a minute, wait a minute. This mic is thicker than his body, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. But the shot that what's his name threw over him,
Uh, Curry.
like within a quick, yeah, within like it's it's like hot potato. How you just quickly try to get it out of your hand. It was quicker than that.
We're talking about a dude that been shooting from half court and even from the stands.
But he shoots from like he shoots with like from the tunnel going back into the locker room.
In nets,
And,
just
and and
nothing
it's
but
just
net.
it's not even like it doesn't bounce. It just literally just goes in.
That's it. Nothing but net. Dude is a sharpshooter.
This dude,
Like, where was he when Trump got shot?
oh my god, dude, what are you trying to do here? What are you trying to do? What are you doing?
Against the shooter, for God's sake. Anyway, we got him anyway, so who cares?
What are you doing?
I cleared up this for the shooter.
Anyway, that that game was one of the best basketball games I ever watched.
Okay.
And I
I mean,
just saw the women's like I didn't watch the women's because I
it
was
was this
working.
morning.
I was working.
It was this morning.
Yeah.
As of
And
recording time.
they they basically won by 1 point and the girl banked the shot. Now if it was a 3-pointer, game would have been tied, it would have went into overtime. But because her foot was on the line, the women won by 1. And the men and women both face France
That's convenient.
for the gold medal matches.
That's convenient. I ain't saying nothing, but that's convenient.
So the U.S. was actually down by one gold medal to China.
Mm-hmm.
With that win, which is the last thing, the games are over. I mean, they're gonna have the closing ceremony tonight, or they might have already had it. The
Well,
U.S. and
it's
China tied at 40 golds, but overall, the U.S. had 126 medals. Now
not
that
bad.
doesn't say much because we had more players in the field than any other country.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, we did our thing. But the whole controversy is that we lost a bronze medal because of, on the floor exercise on the women's side. I don't know if you've seen this.
Like I'm
I think
disconnected from the
Jordan.
whole.
I think her name is
I'm
Jordan.
I'm like I only know that we won one DR one gold medal was in track and field.
Yeah.
And it was a female, and that's pretty much it. Because
So
DR we don't get much of those anyways. It's like an interval of every 20 years.
yeah, give it up to the DR team, man.
Yeah, yeah. Because last gold medal we had in DR was Felix Sanchez, and that was like 20 years ago.
I mean, if they had baseball again,
I
you
don't
know.
know because World Baseball Classic kind of took that away. They were like, "Well, we're going to waste
Well,
money on
they
that."
made the World Classic because they didn't. They took baseball away from the Olympics. Anyway, going back to her name is Jordan Childs.
Okay,
So she did this floor routine. They did everything. Simone Biles came in second, and she came in third.
okay.
Well, apparently, these coaches for these teams could go and put in like almost like an instant replay kind of thing. Like go back and check. I think you missed something.
Mm-hmm.
So the officials went back, saw it, and scored the girl that was in fourth higher points because the people that were reviewing the things actually missed something. So this girl that was in third now drops to fifth and has to give up her bronze medal to this girl.
Hmm.
And the Olympic officials are basically saying, "Give back the bronze medal that we gave you."
Ouch.
And I was just like, I mean, first of all, I wouldn't want it anyway. I mean, like, who
Yeah,
wouldn't
but
want something like that? Like, I don't
was
want
it
it.
an honest mistake? It was an honest mistake, right?
Well, according to my wife, the girl deserves the spot that she's in. She should have never won third. It should be the girl that's actually won. Actually, she said the fourth place winner should actually get the medal for third, but the coach, I guess, decides who he wants
Mm-hmm.
for you to review. And they reviewed and they picked her and they reviewed it and they realized that they messed up. So they so the US lost the bronze, but I mean, I wouldn't even want that medal anyway. Like
You got how many? How many you said did they have?
the US
Mm-hmm.
in total was 126. So 40 golds, which ties China, 44 silvers, and 42 bronze.
Hmm.
So not
Like,
too shabby.
once you go over 100 medals, like it's all good, man.
Yeah, but with
It's all
these,
good. I know country pride, bringing recognition, bragging rights, all that. I understand all that, but like, you really need to be that greedy. I mean,
well,
the individual. It sucks for the individual in this case. I'm not gonna. I haven't seen anything, so I ain't got absolutely no skin in this game whatsoever. I'm just gonna go with maybe it was an innocent mistake. I'm gonna go with that. without any fear of judging or condemning and whatnot. So I'm just gonna be like, yeah, it sucked. But
Yeah,
other than that, I don't know what else to say. She might feel bad, but then in terms of like medals in general, like how many did the states get? 100 and what?
126.
Good. That's great. That's awesome. That's awesome. Like how many other countries got 120? Other than China, obviously.
100. China only got 91. That
I was
was the
like,
second.
look, you're participating in a world class event. Like you are participating against the best in the world, and you're leaving with over 100 medals. Your country is leaving with over 100. Yes, we're all over the place, so uh, and we got more competitors and whatnot. But still, kudos to Team USA and all its different divisions for bringing all those medals home. That's all I can say about that. Like the other guys, if you want to recognize you do like your DR, you get just gotta work extra hard because man, I know DR. Like there ain't no budget. the, the budget was to bring you over there. That was the budget.
So DR actually ended up with 3 medals.
And you know what? Awesome. Like for a small country in the Caribbean, like what else can you expect? And I know that, and man, when that girl won the track and field gold medal, the whole DR was stopped. The entire country stopped because I saw all the Instagram feed. The whole country stopped. I mean, they were even running the race in malls. Like any screens that were in the malls, any screens that were in the streets, they just put it on the screen in the whole country. You were walking in the street, there was a screen there, a LED screen.
Hmm.
They'll just put the race there because the country was invested on seeing this woman win. And praise Jesus, she won.
So, you want to hear something crazy?
Yeah, sure.
So, staying in sports,
Hmm.
this is the Paris Olympics gold medal payouts by country.
You mean they're actually getting paid?
So, yeah, so if you win, you get a certain, like if you win gold, this is how much you would get.
Okay.
Now, this figures have been converted into US dollars to round up to the nearest dollar.
Go ahead, because I already know what's going to happen to the Dominican girl, but go ahead.
Well, I
Humor
don't
me.
even, Dominican's not even on the sheet.
No, no, because they get jack.
Yeah,
they get they get thank you, F you, bye.
pretty much.
That's pretty much it. But she's actually gonna get something because there was a dude. He's a business owner, a big business owner in DR. He was like, you know what, this girl deserves something. I'm gonna buy her an apartment, a furnished apartment with everything in it.
Yeah, there was this other dude too. I forgot what country it was. This dude got everything. Like they gave him, they threw the book at him. Like, here, have it all. You won our
Yeah,
first. I think it
exactly.
was
That's
actually the
that's
first country's gold medal, like ever.
that's exactly what you should do. Like you celebrate this dude. And I was like, you brought us recognition, so let us help you. Tidy up your situation at home. Like because these people are not making any dough. These people are not making bank. And one thing I appreciate about Felix Sanchez, which I mentioned, he won medals like 20 years ago. This dude was born here in the U.S., but his parents are Dominican, and he felt because in DR there's rules that if both one or both of your parents are Dominican, you can legally apply for Dominican citizenship. And since in his case both parents were Dominican, he was like, you know what? Although I wasn't born in the island, I feel that my roots are there, so I'm going to apply for the Olympics as a Dominican. So he could have done it as an American, and he would have had. Dude barely speaks any Spanish, Dude barely speaks any Spanish, and he had Nike handling him. So you tell me if the dude was, he would have been swimming on all that sweet corn.
Hmm.
If he would have run for the States, that boy would have been loaded on money. Like it's just raining money every step of the way. He would have been the DR Jordan. Well, equivalent.
Yeah.
Because nobody's Jordan. Nobody's Jordan. Dude is making millions of dollars an hour. An hour. Like pretty much like you take a breath, that's like 25K right there. That's 25K in the bank right now, man. Jesus. Whoo. That's why Reggie Miller called him Black Jesus. Anyway, this dude took a pay cut to represent the country. Now that tells you that the commitment that the dude had, it was more than money for him. It was way above money. Money was like, yeah, that point would have been good, but I want to give something to my island, to my people that they haven't had, and he gave them medals. So that dude, forever, that dude is gonna be living in my mind rent free because that dude always, put the island first, and he sacrificed a lot of dough. And also props to Nike, they didn't drop him.
It would be
They didn't
stupid if
drop
they
him.
did.
Yeah, they didn't drop him. They kept fitting him, so he was still good, but he wouldn't be. But I think he did lose a lot of money because what promotion are you gonna get in DR, especially 20 years ago? Now maybe, especially a guy in his position in Felix Sanchez, because dude was a super runner. He was a good runner. But anyways, you were saying about the pay and these athletes are gonna get in France.
Yeah. So, who would you think would be number one?
States.
No. States actually only paid $38,000.
The what?
Now, I figured that the states are probably thinking, well, they probably get a lot of endorsement money,
Not all of
like you,
them.
like you said, like Nike, stuff like that.
Not all of them because it's a niche. It's a very niche thing. Like Nike can't promote like swimming gear if you're winning swimming.
So,
For example, as an example, just throw an example out there. That's a very niche thing because there's certain sports that have a very niche public. Like, it's not everybody's in gymnastics, not everybody's in running, not everybody in track and field. So it's like it's a very niche thing. So it's not everybody is Michael Phelps.
well, here's the thing. So, I read a little bit more. It says at a press conference in May, IOC President Thomas Bach explained that it's common practice for athletes to receive money from national Olympic committees, governmental bodies, or through sponsors for their achievement at the Olympic Games. At the 22 Winter Olympics in Beijing, U.S. athletes received a total of $5.6 million in payments for medal performance through Operation Gold. However, some say that the process of receiving money through sponsors is weighed heavily in favor for the superstar athletes, like you just said. With then
Mm-hmm.
many of these lesser known Olympic participants forced to spend their own money to fund their way. So, for example, Bile earned $7 million from endorsements. So 13,000, and then you get 7,000 from endorsers. So China is number one,
Well,
768,000.
they got all the money, dude. They got all the money. Like all industry is in their hands. Everything that is industry minded is in their court.
Number two,
Fortunately, the states sold all their industries to them, and they knew how to take advantage of that. But that's a whole nother story. Continue.
number two is Singapore,
So the states is not even in the top three.
745,000.
And the third,
Is Indonesia with 300,000.
That's pitiful, son. That's pitiful.
U.S. comes in 10th.
Wow. Oh man. Oh man.
Israel's next with 271,000. And I don't even know how to pronounce the number for that.
Israel,
Israel's number
a
4.
country the size of New Jersey. Literally. Literally. The size of New Jersey. God. I have no comment because we're gonna go there. We're gonna go. We're gonna go nuclear. I'm not gonna go there. Let's
So,
close it out with some wrestling. Just
leave
cleanse
my
that
way,
little
brother.
palate. Cleanse that little palate right there. I'm gonna go there. Anyways, so Roman Reigns is back. Yeehaw! He made appearance on SmackDown, beat the bejesus out of Tangaloa and the other dude.
The other
uh,
dude.
yeah, the other dude. I mean, there's too many. There are too many of them, man. Like they just keep adding these stuff. Anyway, sorry, getting a notification on my new Apple Watch.
Oh,
Bragging rights.
about notifications.
Yeah,
I'm all set for what we talked about before. I
we'll
got
talk about
approved.
that later.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that later. Post. We'll talk in post. Uh, so also let me see what else went down in wrestling. Oh, CM Punk has been getting praises in WWE for being a good guy, for being a team player, for and also CM Punk has been going on WWE as well, saying that things if things would have been this way 10 years ago, he would have never left. He said that Vince is not the same as Triple H and vice versa because you had to make a line to wait for going to Vince's office and you're almost puking your guts out because Vince is Vince, the boogeyman. Well, as we our term of endearment for him, Minky Juice.
Hmm.
Minky Juice being Minky Juice. But he says with Triple H, it's smooth sailing. You can talk to him. He's all about his wrestlers. Yet, this week, two wrestlers left WWE, Bobby Lashley and also MVP. And Bobby Lashley had some parting words to say to WWE, basically saying that he had a better relationship with Vince McMahon than he had with Triple H. He said
Yeah, because Vince would probably kiss his butt and
Vince
Triple
was
H is
like,
not.
Vince understood me. That's what he said. Vince understood me. I feel like Triple H never understood me. Now, to each his own. We're talking about, in the case of CM Punk, of a very tumultuous man who his reputation speaks for himself. And judging for what happened in his previous employer, not the easiest guy to get along with. I think we can pretty much, be in agreement with that part, right?
Yeah.
Not the easiest guys to get along with. Not to say that there was some truth in some of the things that he said, but that doesn't justify, choking out a kid in front of your then boss and then threatening the life of that then boss, which then forced him to fire him with cause, apparently. But that's ancient history now. CM Punk, returned to WWE in Survivor Series of last year. Has had one match only, one solo match since his return, which was last week in SummerSlam, a match which he lost, and I gave him props for eating that L. But the story is continuing. They took Seth Rollins off to the shelf again because apparently they brought him not healed up yet. They brought him back not healed up yet, so they needed people to show up. And also, since CM Punk was still not clear to wrestle, so they brought him back so he can cover some spots but they took him out because Bronson Reed, who is like a 400 pounder, jumped from the
Hmm.
third rope and squashed him. So they wrote him out. He's going to be out for a while so he can finish recuperating because the man was still banged up from all the stuff that happened back in WrestleMania.
Hmm.
So he's a trooper. I mean, if they put the bat signal, he'll just show and pop up. So kudos on Seth for doing that. I mean, he didn't have to. He could have still, licked his wounds and fight another day. But he decided to come back and give him a cup of coffee for a minute, couple of months of doing light work, and also did a referee match, which being a ref, you're not taking that many bumps, if any. And so kudos for him. Hopefully he rests well. His stays at home with his wife and kid, and make more babies. Make more babies. I mean, the world needs more population.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
more old people now than young people, so we need more people. Like
If you say so.
remember what God said to Adam and Eve: multiply,
Oh
multiply,
yeah.
do it. Oh, finishing it up with more the Disney stuff. They actually showed the Red Hulk, his
Really?
face, not just his silhouette, not just his back or his arms. They showed his face. I'll send it to you in person. I have the video of what they showed. It's a dead ringer for Harrison Ford. How Harrison Ford would look like if he were the Hulk.
Hmm.
So it's a dead ringer. I mean, they even did the scar here in the on the side of his face. They even added that little detail. It looks exactly like him. But it's weird. I never thought that Indiana Jones and Han Solo would ever become a Marvel character.
Well, it's all Disney now.
I love his answer. The guys, did you have any? What is it like for and being part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Is that I just want to get paid.
Hmm.
I just want to get paid, and guess what? They did handsomely. So you give me money, I'm happy.
Who is it?
Hey,
You said it
I
at the
love that
beginning of the
sincerity.
podcast.
I love that sincerity. I love that sincerity. Give me more of that, please. Don't try to BS me if beat around the bush. You tell me that sincerely, like I just do it for the money. I'm like, hands off to you, sir. I shake your hand, sir. I love that honesty. Love it. So remember, kids, again, it's right now at this as of recording time. All T-shirts on T Public are $16, so you can get merch like this one. That sport out your stuff, man. Show it up, show it up. So you can get stuff like this.
If you like our faces,
Yeah,
buy
if
the
you like
shirt.
our mugs, if you want,
Buy the old.
if you want the
Buy,
hat,
buy the old logo.
yeah, the old one, or you get the new ones and all the other stuff that are there. As always, the link is in the description. So thank you for watching and listening, and hopefully we will catch you down the road on another episode. So this has been Husky Barbus. It's been Ariel,
And Jonathan.
and also our social media, Husky Barbu Pod, and well, that's our website, huskybarbupod.com. Social media, Husky HB Media, and our personal social media, that Ariel Duran and Johnny Boy 426, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so memory's still working, and guess what? Lack of sleep still attacking. Anyway, that's what persons. Anyway, so thank you for for being here.
2 weeks in a row, man.
Yeah,
Did it.
so yeah, we're beating people now with a 1-2 punch.
Now they have to see your mugs.
Yeah, now they're saying that, they're like, why? Because money's being invested, equipment is being bought. We're not taking this lightly. So take care, people.
All right, have a good week, everyone. Peace out.
Bye bye.